My 5 favorite apps for running my home bakery business. That's what I'm going to be sharing today on Hot Topics Live. And if you're new to the channel, then welcome. My name is Allison Grant. I like to spend 15 minutes a week talking about home bakery business tips so that you can run a better bakery business. Today on Hot Topics Live, I'm going to be sharing with you 5, maybe more, apps that I love to use to run my business better. These are all free apps, and I'm going to be sharing with you the name of the app and the things that I like to do on it and why it makes just things easier, faster, better. You know the drill. So let's jump right into this list. Some of these you may be using, some of them you might not have heard of, but stick around till the end because I'm going to be sharing one bonus app as well that you absolutely must be using. So let's jump right in. My top 5 favorite apps to run a home bakery business. The number 1 app is if you haven't been using this, I think you might be living under a rock. Number 1 app is Canva. Canva is insane. What did we do before Canva? I mean, my Canva is always open. I've got it on my phone as a mobile app. I've got it on my desktop, which honestly I prefer. And I use Canva to create everything print and everything graphic. So starting out with when you're first starting your bakery, Canva is great for designing your business card, for even developing your logo. It can help you set up your brand in a way that you might not have thought of it, like which fonts you want to use, what colors suit you best, styles. You can really kind of visualize your entire brand starting right with Canva. One of the very first exercises I have new bakers do is to go set up their sort of like brand graphic, and that is to choose their fonts, choose their colors, and develop sort of a look for their business. So Canva is just amazing at that. But some other ways that you can use it besides getting started are to create all of the things that you need for a farmer's market. So I like to print out my QR code and my payment terms and policies. I like to use it to print out my product signs and prices. I've even printed menus from Canva and gone down to my local print station like Kinko's or FedEx Express and had them blown up onto black poster board so it looks like a chalkboard menu. I mean, the sky's the limit with Canva. You can design your banner for your booth in Canva and so much more. Probably the way that I use Canva more than anything is to create my social media graphics. So if you've ever wondered how bakers get that sort of watermark on their photos, if you're sharing pictures of cakes that you've made and you want that watermark on the bottom, you can actually just drop that on your photos that you upload into Canva, and you can create sort of this branded look when you share your photos, and then going on to create all of your social media posts and templates for your promotions. So Canva, number 1 most useful app for home bakers. Now, I'm going to share with you a little tip that I like to do with Canva, and that is it's much better to use on your desktop or your laptop to do your designing, but sometimes you want it on your mobile phone for the uploads. Like it's easier to upload Instagram from your phone. So I've got the app on my phone and the desktop. I create my design on my desktop, and then when it's time to share that design, I'll download it from my phone app because they sync up. You'll download that design you just created on your desktop on your phone, and then from there you can go and share it on Instagram. It just makes it a little bit easier. It's that desktop to app kind of transition that can get a little tricky. So that's why I like to have it in 2 places. Canva, number 1 app for home-based bakers. Okay, number 2 is, speaking of using your phone a lot when you're running your bakery, number 2 favorite app is Evernote. And Evernote is a mobile app that helps you with organization. It's a note-taking app that can help you with lists, to-do lists, social media, posting schedule. But that's not all. It's not just for taking notes on. Evernote is great for uploading receipts in your bakery, as well as clipping from the web. So if you're like me, you might be scrolling some recipes and think, oh, I would really like to hang on to this one because it's something I might use in the future. So Evernote is really great for its web clipping abilities too. So you'll just essentially grab that URL from a website and tuck it into a nice, neat little organized note. I love to set up Evernote on the desktop just to kind of get a big picture of how the app is organized, creating a notebook for everything that I'm going to need in my home bakery business, and then accessing it from the mobile app when I'm on the go. So some of the things that you might want to store in Evernote to use in the future are the links that you often send to your customers. So if you have a website link where your customers can order from you, and you want to keep that in one of your notes, it's easy to copy and paste it into a message or a comment and share it with your customers. I also like to clip my order form URL. That's another really easy one to go in and copy and paste. Here's my order form, your Venmo links, your PayPal links, all of that kind of stuff. Anytime you need a URL and you want to copy and paste something, you can do it in there. But you can go even farther than that and keep common phrases. If there's anything that you feel you do repeatedly in your business, like that follow-up message to your customers after they've got their order, and you want to ask them how they liked your product, and then follow up with maybe a request for a review, all of that caption can be saved in Evernote, copied and pasted into a message. Sometimes the easier something is to do, the less we tend to procrastinate it. So by making things that you need to do in your business really streamline, just helps them to get done even faster. So Evernote is app number 2 that I love using for home bakers. Now, moving on to app number 3, this is like up there with the Canva level of like holy grail of apps, is a Square. So if you haven't discovered Square for your bakery business yet, then I want to give you a heads up here. Pay close attention. The reason bakers love Square is because of how comprehensive it is. So if you're a baker who's currently taking payments via Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and you're kind of all over the place with where you accept your payments, that's okay. But when you're ready to level up and put it all into one place, then you get the added benefit of being able to use Square for its reporting. And that is where the power of Square comes in. So yes, it's a powerful point of sale terminal to ring up your customers and process their credit cards. That's what they do best. It's a credit card processing merchant service. But there are so many bells and whistles that come with that it's just a no-brainer to use that to run your business. So here's how that scenario would work. You're selling out at the farmer's market or at an in-person event, and you currently are doing those cash transfer apps like Venmo and PayPal. You can still ring your customers up in your Square point of sale terminal, which is either on your phone or on your tablet. You're using it as a cash register to ring your customers up. If they want to pay you via Venmo, and that is the only way they can do it, you can still do it that way and get the reporting ability from Square by using it as a register. So you're just going to say how they took their payment. You can say it's cash. Square is not going to make you swipe a card to do the transaction. But when you use Square for all of your transactions, then you can go in and read your reports, and you can find out things like what your best seller is, when you sell out of things, what time of day you're the busiest if you're using it at the farmer's market. on and on. You can get your month end information. And so many people tell me that bookkeeping, keeping track of finances is their big struggle. Square is the answer for a lot of your revenue reporting. Just out of curiosity, I'm wondering how many bakers watching right now could tell me in 5 minutes or less how much money you've made this month. Now, if you're using Venmo and you're using Cash App and you're using PayPal and you're taking cash and checks and all the different types of payment, it would probably take you a minute to go find all that information. But if you're using Square to ring everything in, then all you would need to do is log in to your Square dashboard, go to your reports, and hit your sales reporting for this time period. And then you'd have an exact number. So that is app number 3 for home-based bakers. That is game changer. And it's free. Now, true, you do pay credit card processing fees. You're going to pay a percentage on every transaction and a flat fee on every transaction. So the workaround that I like to recommend is to turn on your tipping, because the occasional tips that you get at checkout will oftentimes cover those transaction fees. And you also might want to increase your prices by a small percent or two to cover your costs, because it does cost a little bit. The app itself is free to use. Once you process credit cards with it, it does cost a little bit, but all of that reporting, that's all free. All right, let's move on to, where are we? App number 4. Now, this one might actually be so obvious that you've missed it, but I'm going to go with my favorite app for running a bakery. Number 4 would be Facebook. Now, it's not really an app, so let me explain. Facebook Publisher, or Meta Publisher, is a tool that Facebook has that allows you to schedule all of your posts, your stories, your reels, anything that you want to put on Instagram or Facebook, you can schedule using Facebook Publisher, or Meta Publisher, which is what it's called in some areas now. So that is in itself a godsend, because you don't have to remember to post on social media every day or every week. You can actually go in at the beginning of the month, create however many posts you're going to post, weekly, daily, bi-weekly, whatever you can commit to. You could pre-design all of those posts, pre-write all of your captions, go into Facebook Publisher and upload them, and then forget about social media for a while and only pop in once a day to check on commenting, or turn your alerts on, even better, and then you'll know when somebody comments on a post that goes live. Now, why would that matter if you're, focused on growing your bakery business? Well, so many bakers tell me that they're struggling keeping up with social media. It just slips their mind. So if you could actually pre-program a lot of your stuff, then it will help you to feel like that is checked off the list. It's done. So Facebook Publisher is app number, I think we're up to 5 right now. Now, Facebook, I know there are other publishing apps, but Facebook Publisher is free and it's easy to use, and it's very, it's user-friendly to post on Instagram and Facebook, so it's a time saver. So if that alone wasn't enough of a selling point, then I want to just stay on Facebook for a minute and remind you not to overlook 2 other very powerful tools that you can use on Facebook. Number 1, Facebook groups. If you feel like you have a small following, you don't have a lot of customers, and you don't have a lot of local friends in your area, that you don't even use social media because it's not getting you any traction, then hop on over into some local Facebook groups, because those will put you in touch with a larger group of people that you don't know but are local and live in your area. So I suppose you could call it an app. And we're going to add Facebook groups. Oh, we're going to piggyback onto the Facebook Publisher for that one. And then while we're there, let's just take a second and remember that Facebook Marketplace is a great way to run, I would almost consider them ads, not paid ads, but promotions for your baking business. So I have seen so many local bakers who are consistently showing up in Facebook Marketplace, just sort of as this sort of background post. I'm available to do custom cakes, cupcakes, cookies for your next event type of thing, that it's almost like free advertising. You can get in there and post your items for sale at no cost. So that's a win. So we are 3 for 3 on Facebook right now. All right, next up is maybe not quite as well known, but another favorite app that I love for home bakers is called InShot. And InShot is a photo and video editing app, which I love to take my bakery photos and make them look even better. If you're like me and you use your cell phone for photographing your baked goods, and then you need those photos to use on your menu, your website, your social media posts, then you want to make sure they look as good as they possibly can. So I like to use InShot to upload my photos, clean up the photo, and just make it look a little bit better. Especially love removing the background on InShot and adding sort of a nice, more neutral background. So a lot of times I forget to take the photo in a staged situation, and I might have a little bit of clutter around the cake or in the background of the cookies. And InShot is great for removing the backgrounds and then letting you add another neutral background. You can highlight around the perimeter of your photo, give it a little glow. You can do lots of different editing techniques, and then you can download it without the watermark to be used on your favorite social media platform. So in order to remove the watermark that says InShot, it'll have a little X next to it. You just need to ask it to remove the watermark, and then you'll watch like a 30-second video, and then you'll have your edited photo with no watermark. And if you're a baker who likes to put together short videos of your process or your farmer's market booth or whatever it is you want to share, it's great for editing video as well. So InShot, I think we're up to 5 right now. InShot is my app number 5. Now I'm going to wrap this up. I've gone over a little bit on time because we're talking about free apps, so there's lots to share. But I want to give a special shout out, bonus mention to Google. And if you are a Google account holder, then you have access to all of the apps that Google has. So Google account would be anything that ends in Gmail. Don't forget about the power of Google Sheets. That's how I recommend you put together your order forms for your customers. Google Forms for putting together your order forms, Google Sheets for organizing all of your financial information, and then of course, Google Drive for just organizing your business in general. So there you have it. There's my complete list of apps that I love to run my baking business. Let me know in the comments which one of those you're already using and what your favorite thing about it is. And we are out of time for the week. So there is a whole list of free apps that you can use to create a better baking business. All right, friends, I will see you same time next week for more home baking business tips. Bye-bye.